spell it right?
We'll ask Coach Underwood to make an opening statement, then go to questions first for the student athletes. Coach?
Really, really proud of our team tonight. There were a lot of things that didn't go particularly well throughout the course of the ball game, and yet we kept just hanging in. Northwestern was terrific. Chris should be nothing but extremely proud of his guys. Laws out, and to rally, which is something that usually happens. You lose a guy, and everybody steps up and rallies, and they did that, and they're to be commended because they fought and competed. Game that was probably about as ugly a first half as you're ever going to see, and yet it was. Giorgi was tremendous. We felt like that he got really good looks in the last game we played. They just didn't go down. We wanted to go back at him, and obviously 12 of 15 was something we tried to do tonight. And then Trent, I'm really proud of him. His floor game, no turnovers, 40-plus minutes, and then obviously a couple of big shots down the stretch. But to miss the layup at the end and then have them open the overtime with a three probably is the thing that makes me the happiest. There's been very, very easy to just roll over and lay down, and yet we just kept hanging in there. We kept running really good offense, got the ball where it was. We didn't have Giorgi, and Trent hits a three, Io hits a three, and really proud of our guys for that, just being tough enough to handle that.
Questions for Giorgi and Trent? We'll start back here in the back. Oh, no. Okay, we'll start down here in front then.
Giorgi, after having such a big game, what was it like watching from the sidelines in overtime, and what would you see from your guys, and what were you doing?
I was just really excited. I can't really put it in my words. I was just so excited. At the same time, I was so confident in my guys because, I knew they would leave all out there. We've been through a really tough year, and I know these guys are tough, and I know they will give everything out there on the floor. I was just so confident in them. I really felt like we're gonna win the game, and we did, and it was just a great feeling.
Down here on the right.
Trent, this is your second go-through of the Big Ten. This is your second Big Ten tournament. Just speak a little bit about the difference in the feel of the locker room between last year's team and this year's team.
Coming into this game, it was, these guys, throughout the season, we've been fighting a lot. We've been, through a lot of adversity. I was very confident, we were going to come out here tonight and play as hard as we can and, try to move to the next round. I can't really compare to last year. This is a way different team. Like I said, these guys are unbelievable. We come to practice every day, ready to compete and get after each other, and we've been successful throughout the parts of the season. We're hoping, to continue to move up in the rounds.
Here on the left.
Trent, it took you a little while to get going tonight. What did you have to do out there? What did you see in the second half and down the stretch that allowed you to get going?
I kind of let the game come to me. I didn't want to, force any shots. Just play my game. Do what I do. Like I said, the team, they trusted me. To down the stretch to make a play for either myself or my teammate. And, that's what I did. These younger guys, man, they're incredible. And I think the biggest thing for us tonight is, when Giorgi fouled out, we didn't let that bother us. We had a lot of confidence. Every time out, Coach was asking us, where are the dogs at? Where are the dogs at? And we took that upon, personally. Huddled each other up, and we locked in on defense. We got stops.
Right down here in front.
Giorgi, what were your emotions there in overtime, watching that and the highs and lows of that and seeing your team pulled out?
I was just excited for my teammates to be out there, and I saw the look in their faces in the timeout. I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried, we are winning this game. I was just so confident in my teammates because I saw the look. Once you see that look in the faces of the players, they doing that thing out there. And then Trent hits 1-3, Io hits 1-3, we get stops, we get it was just a great feeling.
Here on the aisle.
Giorgi, you mentioned when you see that look, was there a point in that overtime that you guys felt pretty confident that you were going to win this game?
Right after the last buzzer, we felt confident. Right after that buzzer, I just saw that look. When the guy sat down, I just, coaches were doing something. I looked at the guys. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Is there one last one? We'll take it down here in front for the student athletes.
Trey, coming off a game where you only took 2 shots at Penn State, maybe weren't playing your best basketball, did you feel like you needed to step up tonight? What was kind of the key to you rising up with your season on the line?
I don't determine shots in the game. Whoever got it going, that's who we're gonna get the ball to. Unfortunately, that was me tonight. My teammates did an unbelievable job of finding me and trusting me to make big shots down the stretch. Shots, it doesn't matter how many shots I take. I'm gonna play. What coach wants us to do, run the offense, and just be a good point guard out there. And I was making some shots tonight, and I got it going. So I continue to be aggressive, and I was successful.
Fellas, thanks very much. You may return to the locker room. Good luck tomorrow night. We'll take questions for Coach Underwood. Start back on the aisle there.
All right. See you guys.
Brad, Chris mentioned in his postgame that the overtime was when he felt that Vic Law's absence was maybe felt the most because he was down a wing defender. I mean, obviously, Giorgi had a great game, but just was that matchup maybe something that helped you in overtime where you had those guards and that they played really well?
Well, I think it was a factor. I thought that the one thing that Vic continues and has done throughout his career is not just be a good offensive player. He's been a guy that's been very, very good defensively, and the more film I've watched of them, the more impressed I've become with Gaines. He's an elite defender, and Turner has size, Miller Kopp has size. They did a really good job, especially on Io tonight, and in challenging him off ball screens, and then I thought down the stretch it was maybe that, but I also think that. The floor kind of opened up a little bit without Giorgi in there, and we made some awfully nice plays. Aaron made a nice drive, and then we made nice passes to wide open shooters.
Stay in the back.
I have 2, if that's okay. Just curious, the where the dog's at question. Is that something you've asked throughout the year? Is that a theme? I get what it means, but just wondering.
Yeah,
if
it's a competitive phrase that I like to use, and I've got a couple others that I can't repeat, but. It's a way to challenge this guys, and it's something that they can rally about in a moment. And in the timeout of a game, it's a focus point of knowing what I'm thinking about, not just the X's and O's.
And just can you compare Giorgi game 1 to Giorgi now?
Probably don't have enough time, but yeah, I mean, here's a guy that to go do that on this stage in this moment, he's light years. He's come so far. He now understands where he's getting his shots from. The thing that I'm really proud of is 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever we played them, Pardon really had his number, and and he's taken that challenge himself. Pardon's an elite defender, and he got to his spots. I got a little frustrated early because he got knocked off his spots a couple times, but we did a great job getting him the ball, and his maturity has changed the most from day one.
Right down here.
Brett, what's it mean for your team not to lose 5 of 6 and lose the opening round, to survive in advance, to have this feeling?
That's the next round. We get to move on. I think that there'll probably be some positives in that at some point. Right now, I've been sitting in the back before I came out here working on Iowa, and getting all their stuff. It's not the time to reflect on that, but I think our opponents had some of that. I didn't think we played great tonight. I thought we played actually better in a game or two that we may have got beat, but yeah, it's important to win. There's no doubt about that, and these guys need to feel what this is all about. And you only need a little tidal wave or a little ripple to create a tidal wave, and we'll see.
Go back here,
Coach. You expanded your rotation a lot in the first half. I'm not sure you envisioned overtime necessarily, but do you think that when it got to overtime that the minutes you conserved in the first half made a difference in the overtime?
I hope so. I mean, that's part of our deal, part of our plan. I thought our guys were, you know, the way we play, you need to play multiple bodies, and you know, we sub 5 out at one time, which I don't usually do, but that was a long 4-minute segment, and I thought our bench guys did a great job. And you know, so you know, other than Trent, which you know, Trent's the Energizer Bunny, he never gets tired, he can go. But you know, for the most part, those guys' minutes are pretty much under control.
Back on the aisle.
A couple things about Andres. One, just how did he maybe respond in the huddle after missing the layup at the end of regulation, and 10 rebounds for him? I mean, just how big was he on that end too?
Yeah, he's just. I mean, I'm running out of superlatives and adjectives and everything else to say about him and his game, and that was a smile and a dap. He goes, "I got you, coach," and you know, he's a kid that just. He's been in those moments. He's made them. Ran what I thought was a play that we figured they would switch, and we busted the switch with him, and he got wide open. Io gave him an unbelievable pass, and we were bringing Trent off for a little jump shot, and just happened. Next time I'll run same play or some sort of play to him just like that again, and he'll convert it, and we'll dap again and smile, and it's part of the game.
We'll take a couple more first right down here.
Coach, you guys kind of limped into the postseason a little bit. Maybe didn't come on, finish the regular season as hot as you wanted to, and it was mentioned during that time that maybe the effort wasn't where it needed to be, or the focus, I should say, rather, for a couple of those games. Just talk about what the focus was like this week and what was the mood in the locker room before this game.
Yeah, everybody started 0-0, and you know, you come to these events, it's a different field. The 20-game season is a grind. It's hard. It's travel. It's you know, it just has a different monotony about it maybe. And then you come here and you walk in this building and you see all of this and the excitement and it's just a different vibe. And we tried talking about that a little bit, and you know, then you know, you get here and it wasn't the prettiest first half. I thought the first half we could have, you know, been a little better, but again, I'm proud and resilient of the way our guys played, and on to the next round.
Last two, first over here, and then we'll go over there.
Coach, with the way you guys came into this one, you know, getting the result tonight, do you think that is an advantage, even though you have to play on short rest, just getting that win and getting that momentum back, sort of?
Well, about 4 years ago, I would have said no, it doesn't matter at all, because I had double buys, and you know, now, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's been done before. I think UConn won 5 in a row. It doesn't matter. It's just about the next, and you take every game for its face value, and you don't look beyond. I won't spend 2 seconds really tonight looking at backwards. You don't have time, and it's on to the next, and it's really that simple for me.
Last one over here on the right.
Coach, what did you think of the play of A.J. Turner down the stretch? You sort of took over for Vic Law and sort of that lead ball handler role.
Well, if you look at A.J.'s numbers the last 5 games, A.J.'s been playing really good. He's been shooting close to 40%. You see a different confidence about him, and that went just about as expected from our standpoint. We knew he would be in the lineup. We knew he would be the guy that they would look to go to. The start of the second half, he was terrific. And again, it was just about, you know, making his stuff hard. And I thought we did a little better job in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game in the overtime, making it hard. But he's a terrific player, and I think he did everything that maybe Chris wanted him to do, which was step up for a fallen teammate.
Coach, thanks very much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.